what you will take away from this ridiculously long montage is that I love texture, and I particularly like textured tops. From raised stenciling to faux wood and faux tree bark and faux snakeskin and faux tile. I love it. I love it all. In today's video, I'm going to show you how I just finished the top of a dresser in what I'm calling a stamped copper or maybe an embossed copper. So the copper in this video is on top of this dresser right here, the link for which I will put in the description box below because I just released that video last week. My name is BJ, my business is called Junked Up, and I am so glad that you're here today. For this project today, I am using a product called Paint Frosting from DIY Paint, and this is a new product to me, and it is the first time I'm using it, so I didn't really know what to expect, and I'm really kind of just winging it. The gist of it is you take some paint, color of your choice, take some of the paint frosting, pour that into your paint, mix it up really well, put a lid on it, set it aside. I let mine sit for like 12 hours, and then you have a thickened version of your paint. You can then use this thickened paint for creating texture, for raised stenciling, or like I'm doing here, to make an impression with a stamp. I had already used the Bohemia stamp on the front of the dresser on the drawers, so for continuity's sake, I decided to use the Bohemia stamp on the top. Plus, I absolutely love this stamp, and I have used this portion of the stamp before to create a textured top. So there are a lot of different ways that you can do this. There are a lot of different ways that you can create texture. I've actually done this with just DIY paint and not using the paint frosting, but I really wanted to try the paint frosting for this project. There's really no right way or wrong way. In retrospect, I would have done things just a little bit differently. I think I would have spread the paint frosting over the entire top of the piece and then gone back and stamped, but because it's a new product to me, I didn't know how quickly it set up, and so I had a little bit of a learning curve. I'm also doing this process on a painted surface. I had started out with a coat of layered chocolate, mainly because I didn't really know what I was going to do. I thought maybe I was going to create like a faux weathered wood kind of finish, and then I changed tracks midway and decided to do this stamping process. So that's why it started off as layered chocolate, and that's why I'm using weathered wood, because I thought I was going to do weathered wood, white wax, kind of a weathered wood kind of look. Okay, so after all of that is dry, which is a couple hours, maybe I let mine go overnight, I'm gonna sand it with some 220 grit, and it's just to knock back any rough spots. I'm not sanding to get rid of the pattern, I'm just sanding lightly just to make sure it's all nice and smooth. So here's where I decided to do copper patina. After I looked at the dresser, it was all painted, I decided that the top just needed to be copper. So I gave it one coat of the Pennies from Heaven copper patina. This copper patina dries pretty quickly, so I was able to let it dry for just a little bit and then come back and give it a second coat for a little bit better coverage. I really like using the copper patina over a turquoise base, say like Mermaid Tail or Salty Kiss or Old 57. But I didn't, because remember, I changed my mind kind of halfway through and I had already committed to using the weathered wood. So in order to create some patina, I'm going to use the Shipwrecked Wax. That gives me that little bit of turquoise that I'm looking for, because in my mind, copper and turquoise, they just go together like peanut butter and jelly. So I didn't really buff that shipwrecked wax. I just kind of removed a little bit of excess that was sitting on top. And now we're gonna go to the dark wax because, you know, more is more, and I can't leave well enough alone. Plus, I really just think that this needed to be warmed up a little bit. So I am applying a coat of dark wax. You will notice that when you apply the dark wax and then wipe it back, it does pull a little bit of that shipwrecked wax off. I expected that, and that's okay. What I end up with is this great effect where I have some of the turquoise wax, some of the dark wax, and this kind of mottled patina effect. After wiping back the excess dark wax, I walked away, let my project sit overnight, and then came back and just gave it a quick buffing. Here's the thing about the paint frosting that I really like. It keeps the integrity of your paint color. It doesn't make it lighter. It's just a clear liquid. Other texture additives I have used, they actually lightened up your paint color, and the paint frosting doesn't do that. So I'm looking forward to using it for more projects to see what else I can do with it. I would love it so much if you decided to try something like this or have done something like this, if you would show it to me, because I love nothing more than seeing your projects. I get bored looking at my own projects. And as always, thank you so very much for being here, for watching, for supporting, taking the time to comment or give me a thumbs up. I really, really do appreciate it. Thanks, friends. I'll see you next time. Bye.